Listen to this. We can get a 420 chainstay length with a 2.6.
Yeah, well that's what you got on here now.
Sweet. Reynolds 853 chromoly tubing. This should be fun. This is built like the old hardtails in a good way. So I'm super impressed with these guys. They know bikes, and you can tell the difference between a company that's been around for 20 years and a company that just decided to start getting into bikes. And I think we'll feel that when we ride it. Thanks, man. Sure, man. Cheers. All right, here we go. We are on the Ionic 29er steel hardtail. These are 29 by 2.6 tires, which I love on a hardtail. And this already, it could be these amazing night wheels too. When they say steel is real and they're talking about a hardtail, they're talking about how this bike feels right now. This bike is so smooth, I can just tell already. Not all steel bikes are smooth. My steel middle child is stiffer than this. This bike is nice and compliant. Oh, this is how a hardtail should ride. This is awesome. This bike was designed really well. The rear end is soft, but not noodly. Yeah, I like it. Super compliant rear end. This would be a top choice for bike packing, regular trail riding. It's just fun. For my style, I think the only thing I'd change is the head angle. I like it slack, as you know, and I would lower the seat tube a little so I could fit a little longer dropper. If you want to know what a hardtail should feel like and what all the rage is, ride this bike. This brings the best of hardtails together. I really like it. It's not an aggro bike, not for hucking 4 or 5 foot to flat like my middle child is. But they get it. They got a short 420 chainstay. And the steering is what most people would like. I mean, the head angle. It steers great. I love this bike. That's fun. It's so balanced and so neutral. Oh, what a wonderful machine. Woohoo! Yeah, it jumps. And the handlebar position's right where it should be. I'm on a medium. Yeah, whoever designed this really knows what he's doing. This was designed back in the days when hardtails were still more popular than full suspension. And it shows, it just goes. It's a lot softer than my middle child, and it's softer than the Thai mullet, the honey, whatever. Easy to lift up the back wheel over obstacles. .29 by 2.6 is a fun size on a hardtail. The tires get a little heavy, but they're beefy enough you can air them down, keep it soft, but they roll good. There's no adjustment period to get used to it. And even though the head angle's close to the mullet bike there that I reviewed earlier, it's less sketchy. Could be the slightly longer reach, the higher bars, the lower bottom bracket. In sections where I felt like I was going over the bars on the mullet, I feel composed here. Oh, what a joy. It's just a simple joy of riding on this bike. Bravo, Ionic. Never heard of you before today. Ionic, for those of you old schoolers, is part of the Dean and Merlin family. I think this is even more compliant than my Thai middle child. They nailed it. This is way more confident on the downhills than the mullet. Oh, what a special bike. Well done, you guys. These guys are direct to consumer, so unfortunately you can't find them at a bike shop. So that's when reviews like this help, hopefully. Boy, this would be such a great bike packing bike. I can't get over how smooth the ride is. The rear triangle is compliant and it feels awesome. And it manuals really well. This is what a hardtail should ride like. I don't know what else to say. All right, let's have some fun. Like I said, just super neutral. It's got a 67.5 degree head angle. So I end up having to turn with the bars a little more than most bikes. But I feel like it's what most people would be used to. That short chain stays fun. I also like that this has meatier tires than the other bikes I've been demoing. And even though the travel's only 120, it's actually really well suited for this bike. I think despite everyone riding the $9,000 Yetis with 150 mil travel out here, this is the right bike for this trail. And I'm not just saying that because I love hardtails. I've got a 150 mil full suspension that I love. But for trails like this, a hardtail is just way more fun. Oh, that's a good bike. So good. So good. It's a bike where you forget about riding and you just go. If you're not hitting 2-foot drops or big jumps or super steep chunky stuff, this bike's fantastic. Been a long time since I've ridden a hardtail with such a soft rear end. It feels great. Doesn't transmit bumps to your feet or to your seat like an aluminum or even a burly steel bike. So great. Bike feels light. It almost feels like riding a single speed. And because it has sliding dropouts, you can ride it as a single speed. Here we go on the flowy part of the trail. This bike is just a complete package. It feels great. I feel like I can push this a lot harder than the mullet bike. Yeah, it turns way better. It's way more planted, even though the head angles are about the same. Way more playful. It just wants to manual and jump off of everything. There's a certain factor that you can't put into words when you're demoing a bike that just makes you smile. And this bike has it. Man, it's fun. Especially, it turns trails like this that would be boring on an enduro or even a full suspension bike. Makes them super fun. And that's what mountain biking is all about. And if we're honest, 90% of our trails look like this. They're not black diamonds. Oh, that accelerates so quick. I'm super impressed. Oh yeah. Oh, that manual so well. Pumps so well. Night and day between this and the mullet. Yeah. This brings back the simplicity of a hardtail in such a good package. Great bike. Oh, this flows so well. So balanced, your weight's in the perfect position to corner. I'm getting used to the head angle now. I'd still want a slacker one in Sedona, but I wouldn't want to change it on this bike because it's perfect right now. I actually love the 60 mil stem. Yeah. Oh, I do not want to give this bike back. It's funny, you'd think all hardtails would feel pretty similar. And these numbers aren't that extreme. It's just got a frame that's built well. And it's got that short chainstay that's super fun. Thanks. Appreciate it. I'm gonna squeeze by you. Thanks. Traffic jam. All right. I think I'd leave this at a 122. Build it up as a lightweight trail bike. All right, let's break this down. Climbing, 9 out of 10. Not quite as quick pedal transfer as the ultra stiff bikes, but I'm okay with that. Comfort, 10 out of 10. This is the most supple hardtail I've ever ridden. Cornering, 10 out of 10. This bike is so balanced. Playfulness, 8.5 out of 10, maybe 9. What did I forget? Downhill, 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10 if it's a flowy blue trail. Ionic, you knocked it out of the park. What a good bike. Love it. Oh, I forgot. Fun factor. 9 out of 10. If it wheelies good, it's fun on the trail, and this bike wheelies good. Yeah, it feels good. Okay. Thanks for watching. That concludes our review. If you appreciated it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And I want to know what bike you want to see reviewed next. One way you could really help me out is email some of those companies, let them know that Hardtail Party exists, and say, hey, Hardtail Party does good reviews. He should review one of your bikes. Get in touch with him. That's a great way. My channel's so small, they don't know who I am, and so if you can put in a good word for me, that goes a long way and helps me get more products in front of you that we can review. Thanks for watching. There's a party in the mountains, and you're always invited.